Have you ever walked into a store, or scrolled online, and seen a sign screaming 70% off? You feel that rush, that irresistible pull to grab whatever's on offer. Maybe it's a new gadget, a pair of shoes, or even something you didn't even know you needed. You buy it, feeling incredibly savvy, convinced you just scored the deal of a lifetime. But here's the unsettling truth. That amazing discount, that feeling of winning, might have been carefully engineered to trick your brain into spending money. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of sales psychology. First, let's define what a sale truly is from a consumer perspective. For us, a sale means getting something for less than its original, or perceived, value. It's an opportunity to save money. Retailers, however, see sales as a powerful tool to move inventory, attract customers, and increase revenue. They're not always about altruistically passing on savings. Often, they're strategic maneuvers designed to influence your purchasing decisions, sometimes without you even realizing it. It's a game of perception, and your brain is the playing field. One of the most powerful psychological tricks is called the anchoring bias. Imagine you see a sweater priced at $100. Then, a few weeks later, it's on sale for $50. Your brain immediately latches onto that initial $100 price tag as an anchor. Even if the sweater was only ever really worth $50, or even $30, that $100 original price influences your perception of the $50 sale price. It makes $50 feel like a steal, a huge discount, simply because it's compared to the higher, initial anchor. The anchor sets your expectation. Beyond anchoring, how a deal is framed makes a huge difference. Let's say you're buying a $100 item. Is it more appealing to see 50% off or $50 off? Psychologically, 50% off often feels like a bigger, more substantial saving, even though mathematically it's the exact same amount. If the item were $200 and it was $50 off, it's only 25% off. Retailers use percentages for bigger savings on higher-priced items and flat dollar amounts for smaller, cheaper items, or when the percentage looks less impressive. It's all about how the brain processes the information. Have you ever seen a countdown timer on an online store or a sign saying limited stock? These tactics tap into our fear of missing out, or FOMO. Scarcity creates a perception of higher demand and value. If only a few are left, they must be popular, right? Urgency, through time limits, pressures us into making quick decisions, bypassing our rational system to thinking. We don't want to regret missing that deal, so we act fast, often without proper consideration. This bypasses critical thinking and triggers impulsive buying. This one is particularly sneaky. The decoy effect is when introducing a third, less attractive option makes one of the other options seem much better. Think of movie popcorn. Small for $3, large for $7. Most people would just get the large if they want a good amount. But what if they add a medium for $6.50? Suddenly, the large at $7 seems like an incredible value compared to the medium, which is only 50 cents cheaper for much less popcorn. The medium is the decoy, designed to push you towards the large. The decoy itself isn't meant to sell, but to highlight a better deal. To make this more real, let's introduce Sarah. Sarah is like many of us, busy, budget-conscious, and always looking for a good deal. She thinks she's a smart shopper, and she usually is. But even Sarah, armed with her smartphone and comparison apps, can fall prey to these clever pricing strategies. We'll follow Sarah on a typical shopping day, seeing how these psychological tricks play out in her everyday life, from online browsing to a quick trip to the grocery store. Her experiences will illuminate how easily our brains can be influenced. Sarah is looking for a new blender. She sees one prominently displayed with a large was $150, now $75 sign. Her brain immediately anchors to the $150. Wow, she thinks, half price. What a bargain. What she doesn't know is that the blender might have only been sold at $150 for a very short period, or perhaps never at all. Retailers can legally use was prices if the item was offered at that price for a certain duration within the last 90 days, or sometimes just in a different branch. This was/now format is a classic anchoring tactic. Next, Sarah needs new photo editing software. She sees 3 options: Basic for $50, Pro for $150, and a Premium bundle for $175. The Premium bundle includes Pro features plus cloud storage and extra filters. At first, $175 seems high. But then she looks at the Pro version for $150. For just $25 more, the Premium bundle offers so much more. That $150 Pro version acts as a decoy. It makes the $175 Premium bundle seem like an incredible deal, even if she might not use all those extra features. It's the decoy effect in action, pushing her to the more expensive option. Why do so many prices end in .99? A shirt for $19.99 instead of $20? This is called the left digit effect. Our brains tend to focus on the leftmost digit when scanning a price. So, $19.99 is perceived as 19 and something rather than almost 20. It feels significantly cheaper, even though it's only a penny less. This small difference can lead to a big psychological impact, making us more likely to purchase. It tricks our perception of the value, making us feel like we're crossing into a lower price bracket. Here's a big misconception, that every sale offers genuine savings. While some do, many are strategically planned. Retailers often inflate original prices just to discount them later, making it seem like a great deal. Or, they might put older, less popular stock on sale to clear shelves for new inventory. The savings might just be a return to a more reasonable price point, or a way to offload items you might not have considered at full price. Always question their original price and consider the item's true value. Another common misconception is that a higher price automatically means higher quality. This is a cognitive shortcut called the price-quality heuristic. Our brains equate more expense with better craftsmanship, durability, or performance. While often true in some categories, it's far from universal. Many premium brands leverage this perception, pricing their products higher not just for quality, but also for status and perceived exclusivity. We fall for it because it's easier than doing actual research. Sometimes, the only difference is the label and the price tag. Perhaps the biggest misconception is believing I'm too smart to fall for these tricks. The truth is, these psychological tactics are designed to bypass our rational minds and appeal to our subconscious biases. Even economists, psychologists, and marketing experts can be influenced. Our brains are hardwired for certain shortcuts. Recognizing these biases isn't about admitting you're dumb, it's about understanding how your brain works and developing strategies to engage your critical thinking when making purchase decisions. We all have these biases, and awareness is the first step to overcoming them. Let's follow Sarah to the grocery store. Notice how eye-level shelves are often stocked with the most expensive, branded items? That's not accidental. Products placed at eye level, or at the end of aisles, end caps, get more attention and are more likely to be impulse buys. Brands pay premium fees for these spots. Cheaper, generic brands are often on higher or lower shelves, requiring more effort to find. This seemingly simple arrangement subtly guides your choices, pushing you towards higher margin items without a conscious thought. Sarah sees buy 2, get 1 free on her favorite cereal. Instant win, right? But is it? Bulk deals like buy 1 get 1 free, BOGO, or buy 2, save X trick us into buying more than we need or originally intended. The perceived saving on the third item or the second unit feels too good to pass up. The store benefits by clearing more inventory and increasing the average transaction value. For Sarah, it might mean she now has 3 boxes of cereal that expire before she can eat them all, or simply takes up valuable pantry space. The true cost might not be a saving at all. Clothing sales often follow predictable seasonal cycles. Retailers clear out winter wear in spring and summer clothes in fall to make room for new collections. These are genuine discounts, but they're not a secret, spontaneous event. Knowing this, you can plan your purchases. However, brands still use urgency, final clearance, to push remaining stock, making you feel like you're getting a unique opportunity. If you can wait, you can often snag great deals by buying off-season, but don't let the urgency push you to buy something you don't really love or need. Electronics are a prime example of planned obsolescence and strategic sales. New smartphone models, laptops, and TVs are released annually, or even more frequently. As soon as a new model is announced, the previous generation's price drops significantly. This isn't a random act of generosity, it's a calculated move to clear inventory and encourage upgrades. Retailers know consumers want the latest tech, but they also know many will settle for a great deal on last year's model. Don't let the shiny new thing make you overpay, and don't let the sale make you buy what you don't need. Online shopping introduces even more sophisticated tricks. One is dynamic pricing. Have you ever noticed that the price of an airline ticket or a hotel room changes every time you check? That's dynamic pricing in action. Algorithms analyze factors like your location, browsing history, device, and even perceived income to determine what price you're most likely to pay. So, that deal you see might be different, and higher, for someone else, or even for you, 5 minutes later. It feels like a sale, but it's a personalized price optimization targeting you. Personalized ads are another digital trick. You browse for a specific item, and suddenly, ads for that exact item, often with a special discount, follow you across the internet. This isn't coincidence, it's retargeting. These ads reinforce the idea that you're getting a unique offer. They create a sense of urgency, making you believe this specific deal is only for you. While convenient, it's also a highly effective way to push you towards a purchase, capitalizing on your prior interest and making the discount seem tailored and urgent. Be wary of these digital shadows. To understand why we fall for these tricks, we need to talk about your brain. Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel laureate, popularized the idea that we have 2 main systems of thinking. System 1 is fast, intuitive, emotional, and automatic. It's what helps you recognize a face, understand a simple sentence, or slam on the brakes. It's excellent for quick decisions, but it's also highly susceptible to biases and shortcuts. Most sales tactics are designed to engage this fast thinking, emotional system 1, bypassing the more rational part of your brain. Then there's system 2, slow, deliberate, logical, and effortful. This is the part of your brain you use for complex calculations, solving a difficult puzzle, or evaluating pros and cons. It requires energy and focus. When you're comparison shopping, researching product reviews, or carefully budgeting, you're engaging System 2. The problem is, System 2 is lazy. It prefers to let System 1 handle things unless absolutely necessary. Sales tricks exploit this laziness, making it easy for System 1 to jump to conclusions, like "this is a great deal," without System 2 stepping in. So, how do sales specifically target System 1? By using immediate visual cues, emotional triggers, and perceived urgency. The big red sale sign, the original price crossed out, the only 3 left warning, these are all designed to grab your attention, spark excitement, and make you feel like you need to act now. They don't invite careful analysis, they demand an immediate, intuitive response. When System 1 takes over, critical thinking goes out the window, and your wallet becomes more vulnerable. It's a direct assault on your rational decision-making. There's also a neurochemical component. When you think you've snagged a great deal, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This dopamine hit reinforces the behavior, making you more likely to seek out and fall for similar sales in the future. It's a positive feedback loop. I got a deal, I feel good, I want more deals. This makes us addicted to the feeling of getting a bargain, even if the bargain isn't truly beneficial for us in the long run. It's the thrill of the hunt, combined with the perceived victory. Our brains are also prone to confirmation bias. Once we've decided we want something, we tend to seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms our existing beliefs. If Sarah really wants that blender, she'll focus on reviews that praise its features and discount any negative comments. She'll also interpret the 50% off sign as further confirmation that it's a smart purchase, ignoring any signs that it might not be the best value. This bias makes us blind to potential flaws or better alternatives, pushing us towards the initial desire. The availability heuristic means we rely on information that comes to mind easily. If you constantly see ads for sales, or hear friends brag about their amazing deals, you're more likely to believe that sales are abundant and always fantastic opportunities. This makes you more susceptible to sales pitches, as your brain has plenty of recent evidence that buying on sale is a good idea. This readily available information, even if skewed, primes your brain to expect and seek out deals, making you less critical when one appears. What determines a fair price for an item? It's often not an objective measure, but rather a perception shaped by anchoring and framing. If an item is consistently sold for $50, that becomes its perceived fair price. But if retailers briefly sell it for $100 before discounting it to $75, your brain might now perceive $75 as a fair deal because it's less than the $100 anchor. Your internal fair price meter is easily recalibrated, making you feel good about paying more than you otherwise would. It's a moving target, manipulated by marketing. Let's revisit the price-quality heuristic. While it's a shortcut, it's not always wrong. For highly technical products where research is difficult, like certain electronics or specialized tools, a higher price might genuinely indicate superior components or craftsmanship. The trick is to discern when this heuristic is useful and when it's a trap. A $200 t-shirt might not be twice as good as a $100 one, but a $200 smartphone often outperforms a $100 one. In Gauge System 2, ask yourself if the added cost genuinely correlates with tangible benefits, not just perceived prestige. Many companies consciously set an artificially high original price with the sole intention of putting an item on sale later. This creates the illusion of a massive discount. It's a tactic often used in furniture, jewelry, and mattress stores. You walk in, see a couch originally $3,000, now on sale for $1,500. You feel like you saved $1,500. But the couch may have never sold for $3,000, and $1,500 might be its everyday, regular price. This manipulates your anchor point before you even start shopping, making all subsequent deals feel better. It's important to distinguish between a retail price, what a store suggests an item should sell for, and its actual value to you. An item's actual value is determined by its utility, durability, and how much you're willing to pay for it based on your needs and budget. A $50 item on sale for $25 isn't a good deal if you don't need it. That's zero value to you. Focus on whether the item fulfills a genuine need and offers lasting utility, rather than just being cheap. This shifts your focus from the discount percentage to your personal benefit. So, how can you fight back against these clever tricks? Your most powerful weapon is information. Before making any significant purchase, especially if it's on sale, take a moment to research. Check price history tools online. Read independent reviews, not just those on the retailer's site. Compare prices across multiple stores. This engages your system too, allowing you to make a more rational, informed decision rather than being swayed by an emotional reaction to a deal. Knowledge truly is power in the world of shopping. The best defense against impulse buys is a clear budget. Before you even start shopping, decide how much you're willing and able to spend. More importantly, stick to it. A budget acts as your personal financial anchor, preventing you from being swayed by inflated original prices or tempting discounts. If an item, even with a great sale price, pushes you over your budget, then it's not a deal. It's an overspend. Be disciplined, your wallet will thank you. This discipline engages your system too and keeps your financial goals in check. Whenever you see limited time offer, or only 2 left, pause and question it. Is this truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Or is the retailer trying to trigger your FOMO and System 1 panic? Most limited time offers come back, often under a different name. And if only 2 are left, ask yourself if you genuinely need it, or if the scarcity is just making it more desirable. Taking a moment to breathe and think will often reveal that the urgency is artificial, giving you back control over your purchasing decision. Don't let the clock dictate your value. Instead of asking, "How much is it?" ask, "How much value will this bring me?" A $20 item you use once and throws away is less valuable than a $100 item you use regularly for years. Consider the item's longevity, utility, emotional satisfaction, and actual need. This shifts your perspective from a temporary price advantage to long-term benefit. A truly valuable purchase saves you money in the long run by avoiding replacements or fulfilling a genuine need effectively. Think about the cost per use rather than just the initial price tag. When faced with a tempting deal, especially for non-essential items, implement the sleep on it rule. Give yourself 24 hours before making the purchase. This delay allows your emotional system 1 to calm down and gives your rational system 2 a chance to engage. Often, after a night's sleep, that urgent must-have item loses its appeal, or you realize you don't actually need it. This simple pause can save you from countless impulse buys and buyer's remorse, allowing you to make decisions with clarity and reason, not just excitement. Falling for sales tricks often has a hidden cost. It's not just the money spent on items you don't truly need, it's the mental energy wasted, the clutter in your home, and the potential for buyer's remorse. Every deal that isn't a genuine saving is a drain on your resources. By understanding how these tricks work, you regain control. You move from being a reactive consumer to a proactive, intentional shopper. The true cost of a deal is often more than just money, it's the cost of sacrificing your financial goals and peace of mind. You now have the tools to empower your inner shopper. You understand anchoring, framing, scarcity, and the decoy effect. You know how your brain's System 1 and System 2 operate. You've identified common misconceptions and gained practical strategies. This isn't about never buying on sale, it's about being intentional. It's about knowing when a sale is genuinely beneficial and when it's a manipulation. Use this knowledge to your advantage, not just to save money, but to make purchases that truly align with your needs and values. Be a conscious consumer. Let's recap. Sales prices trick your brain using psychological tactics like anchoring, framing, scarcity, and decoys, by targeting your fast, emotional System 1. Misconceptions like all sales are savings or higher price means higher quality make us vulnerable. But by researching, budgeting, questioning urgency, focusing on value, and using the sleep on it rule, you can become a more empowered consumer. Don't let the thrill of a deal overshadow the true value of your money and your needs. Be smart, be intentional, and happy shopping.